All right, take two. Fuck that one up. Fix that one out in the background there. Cheers, everybody. Mr. Smiley wandering in again. It's out of the way. I got it. I want to do that twice. Mr. Smiley in. Back to full screen. I don't think I got it. Time is lucky. What's up, ICD? Ain't Nova, Southern BT, Spring Grape. Running it again. Mr. Smiley's cards coming in.
What up,
What's
man?
up, Smith Smiley?
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Up that down. There we go.
Look at you with your fancy setup.
Oh, I know. I'm still not sure what's where. There's actually, there's this big old guy here. These ones here. This one can be fired up, but I don't. It's out of the field of view.
You got like camera one, camera two. You got multiple angles you can flip through, or what?
I do. I have. Oddly enough, I haven't set up number 3 yet. But huh?
Oh, that's cool.
Too much shit behind me there, but yeah. Actually, there's always been a couple of cameras. I just kind of stick with the one.
Nice. Dig it, man. Oh yeah.
This is what I'm usually looking at anyway. So sometimes when you guys are just see me all bouncing around and all spacey, you never know what the fuck I'm got looking at.
All right. How many screens you got there? Like 3, 4?
There's that one that you're on, this big old guy there. There's that one down there, that one right over there, and there's technically this one down here, but I don't use that one.
Surround sound shit.
At one time, I was a little bit of a techie geek. At one time, I couldn't. I still like to play with the little technology stuff, but not so much anymore. I just don't have time for it. I wish I did, but I need to make more time now.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend though, or what?
Not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
Good job on the race. Hey, you had your what was that, fourth place? That's fucking good, dude.
Place 27
Good.
minutes, 32 seconds. I guess shit, yeah, man. I almost fucking died. That shit almost killed me. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's hard running the world. Oh yeah.
I run almost daily, and usually minimum of 5 miles per run. Sometimes you up into the 7, 8 miles if you get a good day and it's whatever. I got time, but that 3 miles, that 5K was one of the fucking most brutal runs. I'll put that as far as like endurance wise against that 10 mile every fucking day of the week. I took off. I just literally couldn't. I told myself I was going to warm up beforehand. I didn't. I love it. I
Warm
was
up
telling
during
Angel
it.
earlier. I love these humbling lessons that I learned. You know what I mean? I got this, fuck this, all cowboy and shit. And some lessons you learn the hard way, the valuable ones. But yeah, warming up wasn't one. That first mile, I couldn't get my proper breath. I run like second gear when I get down into my lower lungs. I can get into a nice pace and keep it, but I got to work down in there. If I'm breathing up here, not so great. And that's where I was that first mile, and it was just that I never got any lower than that. And man, that cold air was brutal. I actually stopped, I think, 3/4 of the mile into it just to get a good breath because I just couldn't get it, man. I couldn't get it in there deep enough. And it was that cold. Man, it was, I'm happy with overall everything. You know what I mean? It could have been much worse. But man, whoo, that finish line couldn't have came any sooner, man. That chest was all tight, man.
Yeah, dude, just being cold makes your chest tight. Like I was thinking that it's just hard to breathe when it's cold.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling Buddha Boy, man, I got, because he's been running a little bit, or he lives up there. Normally, that's his run. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you bad dude. That's not easy work right there. Yeah, fucking lesson learned.
And yeah, I mean you're traveling around running marathons. I bet like the ones at elevation will be real tough too. Like if you ever did one in Denver or some shit, like I bet that'd be a whole different ball game too.
Oh man, I'm already looking into February. I think I'm gonna race again this month, next month. Um, if they get back with me in time, Franken Booth's got an 8K on the 4th, February 4th. If I can get registered and for all the good shit on that, I may run down to February 4th and run down in Franken Booth. If not, I think it's maybe February 17th up in Traverse City. For another
Okay.
5K up there. But
You're gonna need a shoe sponsor before too long. You're gonna be wearing them out there for us going.
uh, it is what it is. Well,
Yeah.
I've already been honestly fishing for sponsors. I mean, I'm my chiropractor. I've kind of like roped him in a little bit, and talked with the local chamber of commerce. Might be able to get the gym back on board again this year. You know, every
Uh,
little bit helps, right?
I mean, yeah, I bet it ain't cheap trying to like each one of them entries will probably cost money and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? All the like wearing out shoes, that costs money too.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely an expensive habit. And what I looked into, I say like 65% of runners get injured in their training for, anything. And I've spent a good portion of my little running career fucking in recovery. That's for goddamn sure. So this year, proper training, little things like good shoes, I'm taking it serious, man. I'm literally ears open, And I was talking to some of these other runners and shit the other day, man. I'm ears open. I'm taking tips. I'm looking, seeing what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How they're warming up, all that good shit. Taking notes. It was a good weekend though. It was a really good weekend. Tip Up Town was I did my little services at Tip Up Town this weekend and hung out there and it's pretty
Did
good
you get
trip.
out on the ice or what was it?
And there's enough. There are people riding out on the ice, but they postponed the races, the sled races, I think, to the first week of February. And some of the other stuff. They got some stuff going on next weekend, a fishing contest, a polar dip, and a few other things, but not
They were
big
supposed to
enough.
warm up again.
I see 40s next weekend.
Is
40.
that supposed to be up by you too? I was just gonna ask that. We're supposed to be like, yeah, we're supposed to be like freezing rain, turning into rain, and fucking warming up to like 40 degrees and shit.
Cheers to everybody in chat. I'm trying to keep up.
There's,
I'm not used to the new placement there. Still
well, I
work.
suppose it's better to go on the warming up side than the cooling down side. Like the rain turning into ice, that always fucks shit up bad. But I don't know, maybe as it's turning from that ice to rain, maybe it will melt off or everything pretty easy. I don't know.
Well, that's what they were kind of saying because right now there's a good blanket of snow on the lake, and they're thinking if that rain hits it, melts some of that off. Now there's a top layer of new ice that can form quicker than the blanketed ice. below, or the, you know what I mean, forming from the bottom up, I guess.
Yeah, no, they study that shit up there. I know the ice
I
fish.
know I got some good barbecue out of the deal though. I had some good barbecue this weekend.
It's usually a good time up there.
Right. Oh, it was. It was.
Busy.
It was
Suppose they need a snowmobile, probably make it a lot more fun.
brutally cold. It was brutally cold Saturday. As the day went on, I thought it was bad when I was, doing my thing, but as the day went on, the wind got worse. It was Saturday was brutally cold. Sunday wasn't so bad.
Nice.
So what you would do this weekend?
Shit. Didn't do shit. Had the grandson. Just watching.
Pretty special on its own.
Then needed a day to recover after that. Yeah, he's busy, man. He's all over the place. He's a good kid, though. He's pretty well behaved for the most part.
What you smoking on there?
Um, I think it was Crippy, which is probably the color I should have got you.
That's sweet. That's some good bud there. It is.
I know I got a good re-veg on the Formula 51, so I'm happy about that because that could never have been made again. And then the raspberries, I got a re-veg on the raspberries.
That fucking peanut butter and jelly breath. I that thing struggled for a minute, and that fucker came back strong. Strong. She's looking good
Good
now.
plant, yeah.
Got her out of that air pot. She was a little bit more happier.
I just want to say cheers to the chat too. I see everybody tagging me and stuff, and my keyboard's all fucked up, so I have to like log in my phone or something. But I see you guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's that peanut butter jelly breast something I want to get around to a few people just because it's clearly a keeper. So
I feel on her. I got a cut of it. That's one I'm definitely gonna keep with me. Keep it
that
alive.
raspberry is another one I want to get around just because it's pretty unique and it's gone, And I've almost lost it twice now. I've been down to the re-veg twice, and shame on me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait to flip the switch on my girls, man.
Yeah, you got a space for 1212?
I've been debating on that, to be honest with you, whether or not I was gonna try to just make that little space work. Jesus, it's a forever window right here. Or I thought I had another 4x4, basically. There we go, cover up my face. Thought I had another 4x4. But when I was looking through my shit the other day, I believe it was a 4x8. So.
Go big or go home. All right. I mean, hey, if that's the one you got, let's make some room. Let's get some shit out.
Yeah, so I'm taking some measurements on that space there behind me. This one,
Yeah.
get rid of that thing right there. That little nook, shove a little 4x8 that
Well,
nook.
hey, I like it.
That's my idea. Anyway, I don't know. I need the little tent I got going on is the other side of this room there, on the other side of this wall, and I just literally just threw that thing up, and I need to like really fine tune that little area. I could probably make a little bed spot. You know how it is. Every little area you clean, you're like, oh, I can throw a little something right there, a little light. That could be a little veg area.
It's tough though, because like you still gotta control environment and like you wanna go to flower, you're still gonna have to have a way to block light off on it.
That's what tents are about. That's the beauty of them. Work right in that same room. Do whatever you got to do. Is
Yeah,
there?
but you gotta have the controls in there. Yeah? I mean,
Oh, I noticed that even where they're at right now with the light going 24/7, the room's not like super heated, but in the tent with the light on, it's got it's warm. It's warm. And put a thermometer in that. They're happy. And then but there is along that back wall where the ghost is on that wall there, she's purpling. So she's feeling she's feeling some cold. She's got a little cold pressure on that back wall. So it would be nice to get a little. In fact, I've been running them under 24 just for that reason. You know what I mean? I know it's cold back there. I'm afraid of what could be happening once I shut that light off on that swing. Could be a very nasty swing. So
no, it's tough. I got a heater in my bedroom and in my flower room just to keep them. I was hoping one little space heater would kind of keep that whole area warm because they're sort of connected, at least somewhat, but no, needed one in each. It's too cold. That was a big problem I was having though, was the temperature was it's not that it was too cold, but it wasn't warm enough, and it was that issue that you guys first ran into when they switched from HPS to LED was the temperature you were trying to run. You had to bring that up. This time of year, I got to bring heaters in to do it. And we still got to do it. The plant's got to be happy, like they ain't happy if it's not warm enough. For sure.
yeah, they'll live, but it'll definitely slow down the process. You start dropping some temperatures, that's for sure.
Yeah, you start hammering them with LED, and they really start to struggle. It fucking
Yeah,
makes them really look like shit.
there's no, that they like the warmer temperatures. That's no bullshit. To me, I mean, 80, 82 is the sweet spot for that LED. It really is. It's in the warmer area, in my opinion. It's always been that's where I noticed the good shit happen. You start dropping that lower than that, I don't see you know
I
the
agree.
bigger as they aren't as bigger. You start dropping below 75. Well, it's just that sweet spot is the one. To where again, opposite with HPS, a metal halide, you can get away with 70, 75, and then plants. That fucking lights will heat that room. A to that, and they're happy under that.
Yeah, in winter we just had to run less air conditioning. It wasn't that we put heat in there with the old lights.
I used to heat my fucking house with them lights. Seriously. And them old 4K man used to run right into the house, on right into or the cold air return, right before I used to tap into it, right before the heater. So that layer really blew straight up into the heater, and I ran the fan on it all the time. So it grabbed that hot air and just pushed it through the house all the time, 24 hours a day, because the lights were always on. They just switched from one to the other. I mean, that was the beauty of the tent system back then too, is no heaters. When one fucking when one went off, it
Yeah,
exhausted into the other. And then it pulled, from that last tent out. You know what I mean? So it was always cooling or warming the next area whenever need be. So
Hmm.
kind of miss the alternate, you know.
No, you had the setup, man. Oh yeah, Tent City.
Yeah, I
That was what, a
like,
two stall garage or something, wasn't it?
what's that?
That was all like set up in like a garage area, wasn't it? Or was that like a
Our
basement?
garage, yeah.
Well, that was made good use of space there for sure.
Yeah. It wasn't the old setup, that's for sure, but it's nice. I'd do it again. I'd be happy with it again.
Yeah,
I'd
that
like a bigger space, but that would do.
I mean, looking back, like that's the struggle. All the whole struggle has always been trying to get the environment right in the room and keep it right through the seasons and shit. And like it's the same thing in the dry room, trying to get the environment right for hanging them and shit. And keep it right for a week or 10 days or whatever you end up doing. But those are hurdles for sure. The shit you don't think about when you're like, oh, I can grow weed here. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know. There's some steps to that, you know what I mean?
That's one of the things. That's why the dryer, I took so quick to the dryer because I always had to have that tent. You know what I mean? That extra space to control for fucking my dry shit. And once I kind of started using the dryer, that was just another tent game. That was another growth space game to get. I was like,
You were
yeah.
rolling, yeah, like turning tables, something. Get them out there. No, I get it. It's hard. Like, yeah, like I'm running now. I'm looking like, well, when's the next harvest? I still got how many weeks? Like, I got how many jars left? What? Like, I don't know if this is adding up. I don't know if this is gonna add up. But probably be the same thing every time.
Good weed though.
I'll have to get back in that routine of where I was like flowering in a rotation as well as like so like I'd harvest one light, you know what I mean? And then 2 weeks later harvest the next light and do it
Go.
that way versus like the whole room, but splits up the splits up the whole gig for sure. You gotta trim a quarter of the amount but you're doing it all the time. It's the downfall of it.
My first real good growth space, which was a nice, well, let's see here, 20 by 8 canopy, fucking under that 4K. I used to play, that's how I ran it, was whack-a-mole. One in, one out, one in, one out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were all staggered. And it kind of always worked out to where I just never ran out of weed.
But you're always doing it. That's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? I know, like you harvest it all at once, and the trimming kind of sucks, but you usually get it done, bang it out. You get it done, and you're done with it. It's like, and you get to chill for a few. And I don't know. I've done it both ways, I guess. Maybe I got to get back to the one that I won't run out as much. Get a little bigger supply.
Harvest anything. I literally, I can't wait to get back in any cycle. I don't care if it was an all trim gel, overwhelming experiences. I would be happy. I would have to be happy to do
Yeah. I think the problem I'm having now is the same as it's always been is by the time so like I cut the clones, transplant them, then they got the first cycle, and then I transplant them into the earth boxes, and they got another 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how quick I transplanted them or whatever. But in that time, they get way too fucking big. Like they need to be flipped into flower like 4 weeks. You know what I mean? After transplanting them, So I got this cycle that I got to figure out anyway. So that might help it too if I started feeding them in one light at a time, dude. You know what I mean? Just stagger the harvest that way, or at least split it up maybe. And it does take a little different planning though to do that because you got to have them like ready. You know?
I always preferred the Perpetual. They always gave me something to do. You know what I mean? It gave me more of a schedule than just hanging out there. That was my favorite place anyway. You know what I mean? So it always kind of gave me a reason to be there hanging out in the room and he'd be trimming water and whatever. I had something to do.
Maybe I'll stagger this harvest. I'll take some down. They got to at least be a week or 2 weeks in between. You know?
I always staggered them a month apart. So it's one, you know what I mean? I just did it once a month. But eventually it does end up starting to be more every 2 weeks because you start, throwing them in there. It doesn't become the exact same schedule every time because life happens. Flat out life happens. You don't finish trimming up that plant. You wipe down that half of the tent, and that's usually what happens. Half would come down at once, and I'd always want to wipe down that half. Usually slide everything over, wipe down that half of the other tent, refill, good. You know what I mean? So they at least got wiped down, once a month. Yeah, I've always been super crazy about trying to keep the tents areas clean and stuff and that's the only bummer about Perpetual is not being able to tear down and head to toe the fucking room. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many people do that, but again, that was one of the things I've always been really adamant about. Wipe everything down with vinegar, at least 50-50. I know that if you look in the instructions, it's a little less than that, but even full strength, there's 30% vinegar. I seen that shit the other day. 30% fucking vinegar, cleaning vinegar, they called it. And I tell you what, I use the cleaning vinegar, 6%. You can find it at 6%. And I challenge anybody, I love this. If you take the rustiest, dirtiest bolt, tool, whatever the fuck you got, dunk that in a fucking bowl of whatever, submerge it overnight, and if it isn't to where you can just swish it in the fucking vinegar and it's back down to the perfect metal, literally a toothbrush will take it all back down. I use it more in my auto mechanic straight vinegar than I do like fucking WD-40 or penetrating oil and shit. Straight vinegar, shunk, 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 especially if I'm gonna work on it the next day, the night before, soak that area down a couple times, and fucking the next day, that shit there, no, rust ain't no problem.
That's funny.
So 30%, man, I can imagine how fucking rough, how acidic that shit is. But yeah, vinegar is a good cleaning. The other thing about, a lot of people use bleach in their fucking grow rooms, which I don't, it's bad for my nose, my lungs, but it leaves a film. And most people don't realize that bleach leaves a film. After you wash something down with bleach, you actually have to go back and wash the bleach back off because it will leave a film that molds and mildews will grow back on, culture back too. And so it's a whole nother step to where the vinegars are more of a one done and better all the way around. Anyway, in my opinion.
I like the vinegars. Yeah, that's the one hurdle of doing a perpetual like that is how do you ever never really get to fully clean the room or none of that. But the other side, like I was thinking about that too, and I had the barn going, like I had to take down I had to do it staggered because I didn't have a big enough dry room for it all. And it's like so I had to do it in thirds like that. And that maxed it out in the dry room or whatever, but you know, every 3 weeks on a 9 week cycle. Made it kind of nice. So. It just
Shit.
made,
Sorry, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say it just made it tough for the ones that wanted to go 10, 11 weeks and shit. So.
I think it'd be great to have, and I think we've talked about this at one point over the last. It's hard to remember what the hell we've talked about the last 4 years. Fucking, I would like a grow room that had cells or almost like storage unit type things all around me. You know, I think, let's see here, maybe a 10 by 10, maybe 12 by 12 would be nice space with like a roll door, you know what I mean? And then lights all the way through. So you and plants on tables. So you fucking when you need to go in, you didn't even go into the room. It was just wall to wall. You know what I mean? You pull them plants out into the center workspace every day. You fucking do what you gotta do, spin them around, work them, fucking water, and you shove them right back into that fucking 12 by 12 and you shut that fucking roll top door. Boom, and you fucking go right to the next room and fucking, you know what I mean? Each room could be wiped out if it had to be, you know what I mean? But yeah, it just boom, boom,
I've
boom,
seen
boom.
a setup. I've seen a setup like that where they had like a 4 by 4 beds, and then they just like what you say, they just roll them all in there and they stack them just super tight. You wouldn't have been able to like, I don't know, it didn't look like you'd be able to walk around in there. And then they had it like a center workroom, and they had these rooms off the side that, like what you say, had a big roll door, and they'd wheel them out and do their thing, rotate them around, move them all around, and wheel them back in there. And they had like 16 beds or something in each one.
It'd be to me, that's just the prime setup.
Depends on how hard it is to roll them or move them around. I mean, then you're adding a lot of work depending on the size of that room too. So, yeah.
Seems like bigger the wheel, you know what I mean? You could, you know, I everything in my the shop before I moved up north. Let's put it that way. My shop down the state, everything was on wheels. Everything was. I had 4 by 12 fucking workbenches that would be loaded down with fucking all kinds of tools, whatever I needed. And every fucking tool that line same that's kind of the same fucking concept. That's probably where it all comes from. Where I could work in the center and fucking if I needed the fucking planer, I pulled the planer out. That way I had fucking 16 feet each way to fucking run something through, put the vacuum on it. When it was done with it, it went back. Now the miter box comes out. You know what I mean? It was always whatever I needed. And if it was a beautiful day, I could open up, you know, the doors and have the sunlight in. Or if it was that beautiful day, I could push everything outside and fuck parking lot work if I wanted to. There was many days that shit happened. It was just too fucking nice to be locked up in the shop to be working. I'd work out the fucking side. You know what I mean? So, but all I'm saying again, that's what I learned was like that big fucking bench at first was too heavy to move on them wheels. More wheels, easier the fucker that thing got. With bigger wheels, easier. Yeah. So yeah, the beds. It's just a matter of the proper amount or proper size to make that shit fucking. Look at that. They make doors. A bank vault door. You know what I mean? You could push with one figure. Fuck, they gotta be able to figure out a way to push a 4 by 4 bed around with ease. I don't know. Just saying. Good wheels. Good ball bearings.
That'll be an interesting future for cannabis, whole cannabis thing. Hope, hope everybody gets to keep doing their caregiver thing. And,
More people need to be growing so they can we can stand together when it comes time.
well, I'm pretty sure the way in Michigan though, it would require a law change, right? So we would have to vote on it to like change it.
It should. That's the way it should be. But
See, I thought it was always good. Like it was locked tight because however they did that was, because it was like public signatures that got it on the ballot, and then it got voted in by popular vote, and however that went, it was like locked in where they like whatever they had to put it back to a vote to make any changes to it. I thought.
I did a lot of fucking, I did my fucking footwork when it was 2007, when those signatures were being taken. Uh, my friend of mine and brother-in-law, Charles, there was third recipient to get his license here in Michigan, his medical license. And definitely has pictures of the Capitol the day it was, but was a big part of normal and getting, you know what I mean, taking signatures and getting people involved in a lot of that legwork. But yeah, a lot of days fucking pounding the pavement with old Chuck trying to fucking get some signatures. People don't necessarily want to put the name to shit. There's people that just scribble gibberish and shit too. So it wasn't an easy process, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was what like 350,000 or some shit signature or 500. I forget the many, but it's a lot of people to talk to. You know what I mean? A lot of people to get in front of and hand them a pen and sign here.
Now people don't want to put their name to shit anymore. It's fun. Good days though. I'm proud to be where we are today though. It would suck to be able not be able to grow for some silly reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just growing our own, so we got cards in the house. We're good. Or, it's like so. Yeah, as long as they don't fuck with that, I should be all right. Be a different day though, and I always think that like you fucking if you're like in a coma for like 20 years or something, wake up and, like I mean, even if you were in a coma like back in the 80s or whatever, and then you wake up now and it's like fucking like everything's legal that you thought was like what the fuck? Like, like a whole different world. You probably would do that again if you did, you went in the coma now and woke up 20 years from now. I'd probably it'd be just as extreme or whatever.
Yeah, it would be a little different to take in, that's for sure. I was watching a thing the other day, and I think it's, again, one of the things we talk about quite a bit is we chase and try to breed for in particular molecules or things in cannabis. It shifts. You know what I mean? All the good things aren't, you know what I mean, necessarily in harmony in that bud anymore. We start your THC, THC, THC. We start seeing lesser and lesser and lesser of some of these other molecules that are in there. And they were saying the other day that the discovery of THCP and CBDP, and they were saying THCP was 30 times stronger than just regular THC, but was only found in more trace amounts, and in some cases, not at all. You know what I mean? Is that one of them things that, like, say, back in the day, we surmise so many things. What was different, and I don't really want to believe that it was just, you know what I mean. That's what we were used to. So, because there's a lot of weed. I smoked a fuck. I've always smoked a lot of weed. And there was a lot of times I can remember being just fucking tore up back then. And I don't think it's my tolerance level. You know
No,
what I mean? I don't think it's just I'm used to smoking way stronger weed these days. So I'm
yeah,
getting, fuck, if anything, I think I get less higher today. You know what I mean? Than I did back then. So I just think we're breeding shit out. You know what I mean? To almost may even to extinction point. You know what I mean? It's not even being found anymore in the plant.
No, I don't think that it's gonna be extinct, but like what we're seeing on the dispensary level and all those kind of like markets where marketing is really the thing, because that's the game, right? They got to get the names out there, they got to build the hype, all that shit to get the crowds going, right? Well, in our world, that's not a thing. We don't really give a fuck about that. We're gonna grow what we like, and we're gonna trade with seeds with friends, and you know what I'm saying. So shit, I mean, if it's good, I can see it staying around. Like that's why I have the Skywalker OG. I have, you know what I mean? Because it's never gonna be found again, and I've not seen anything like it as far as flavor wise and the high from it, and like there's, it's like. So that's why you go to try to back cross it or try to, do something to preserve it, like I've been trying, but like that's the reason, it's because it's not going to be found around.
It'd be interesting to see what just the science, you know, brings out in the future. What molecules actually do what. And again, is that gonna when we find out these things? Are we will we be making the same mistakes? You know what I mean? Breeding towards this or that instead of just letting the natural shit happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, yeah, I don't think shit's really disappearing necessarily, though. I guess it's not fair to say either, because there is shit disappearing. But
We're again, okay. With that being said, where's the skunk?
I feel like there's such a huge, diverse cannabis community all around the world that love the plant in its own unique ways, and they're finding what they like in their environment, and it's very unique to anything anybody else has around the world. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like that shit's still happening. There's weed nerds are all around the world, and they're doing, like
True. I mean, very. That's a great point. I mean, it really is. With so many people growing in different climates with different pressures. Each one of those factors, grow styles, brings something else out into the plant. So did it say, you know what I mean? You're gonna breed something out when it could pop up in somebody else's grow room because that's their pressures. You know what I mean? Or something they do, or you know what I mean? It's just coming back out of that because of environment or whatever. Yeah, I think you're right. We may not ever get rid of everything. It's like, I guess the same DNA, like we have junk, so-called junk DNA. Do you think all these traits will be just like that? They'll be there, but and just unlocked from, but environment. They'll always be there. Is that what you're trying to say? Never get rid of the toolbox.
that's kind of what that Mandelbrot proved too, is that like the genes don't really disappear or get new ones get created. They're just always shuffled around. Like,
Okay. Busy week this week. Tomorrow, Mr. Tim Blake will be here.
yeah, that'll be a good one.
Been a minute since we got to catch up with him, and then Chris from Country Roots will be here Wednesday. Getting to know him a little bit. Of course, another WEedNerdWorld Thursday. Buy on the buy on the wormhole this week. Next week, mental note. It's just a mental note for me. And then who knows what's next, but I'm definitely looking forward to those two interviews for sure. Chris has been one I've been trying to get for a minute. He's literally in like the first 50 of people I asked or had lined up. And then for some reason or another, it's we just haven't been able to it'll nail that son of a bitch down. But it looks like finally, episode 834. Wait, yeah, 834.
Hey man, persistence. Good job.
I've told a lot of people that too. Don't worry, you'll hear from me again. I don't give up that easy.
Yeah, it's hard lining some of that up. That's kind of what got difficult about like the organic takeovers and shit too. Is like not even just lining them up, but just like who, like eventually like you set out and you got a list of people, maybe it's 12 deep or whatever, and it's like, all right, you get through that, then you're like, all right, now who?
Finding the proper channels can be tough, though. I mean, even when you like go, okay, yeah. I mean, it isn't as easy as just reaching out on some social media and being like, hey. I mean, sometimes it is, but sometimes, yeah, a lot of people don't look at their shit.
Yeah.
A lot of people prefer to do things by email. That's where I get guilty of a lot of times where like losing people in the email process because I do prefer to do text or DMs in a lot of cases. But a lot of people like that email too, still.
Oh yeah. It's funny how the trucking companies I got to deal with now, they're all like, I'm used to calling people with estimates, like, like it's auto repair or whatever. Hey, we got this here. Explain it to them, whatever. And like, yeah, after I recall these trucking companies, they're just like, yeah, dude, just eat, just email me the quote and we'll look at it. And then they just email you these like it's like EFS check, but it's electronic fund something. But anyway, it's like all these access numbers that you got to fucking enter into their page to get paid, basically. But it's just kind of funny, it's all like, yeah, don't call me, man. Just fucking email. Oh, okay, all right, do that.
Yeah. It's a
But
weird.
it's all numbers to them, like they don't even whatever. They probably don't even know what the fucking is on the quote. Maybe it's just all numbers. Oh, it's this much. Okay, do it.
Love the corporate world.
So, I know there is a disconnect at some point. Like I've seen this now where so I guess the place I was working at was an auto shop, but like when I was growing up working at my dad's shop, they were in the neighboring town. So the guy I ended up working for, like, was working for his dad at the same, what I'm saying, at the same time or whatever. But he ended up taking over from his dad and expanded to like 5 locations. And then they went into 100, and now their goal was like 500 locations. But there were some like pains even going to like 5 locations, just because I stayed in contact with a lot of the guys there. But then like there was a huge transition when they went to 100 and they had like a whole board of managers and you know what I mean? Like it got this whole corporate thing to it when it got so big. And it totally changed the dynamic of all the places. It's weird to explain, but there's this weird disconnect when there's like multiple layers of people that are in the decision process that are like way disconnected from the front line, so to speak. It gets weird on that side. It's like they don't have a pulse on what the real business is going on or whatever, but still got to make the decision, you know. I don't know. So I think it might be like that with the whole dispensary thing too, where it's like, yeah, the dispo weed sucks because it's passed through so many fucking channels and so many people. You know, it's traded hands so many different times and was handled this way or that way. Like, I don't know, you've seen it, Eagle. They still love this fucking have shit sitting out in a dry ass fucking room, like 35% humidity, whatever. You know what I mean? And just sitting there, like it's not affecting the flower. Like some of that, I think that's the hugest thing on like the dispo side is like how well they take care of that flower. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be, you know, temperature and humidity controlled inside them places? Like a
I'm
humidor.
ashamed of my dispo experience, Smiley. I'm ashamed of this shit. Back in the good old days, they was more worried about the processor or what would have became to the processor or what they did with my product after I was there. But I am very much ashamed of any of my current dispo experience.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck, dude. That shit just I mean, you walk around some of these events, it's even like that. It's like shit's just sitting out in the sun.
It's worse at some of these events. We've seen fucking damn near clear garbage bags sitting on some of them, these events. Fucking that can't be good. That's just, if anything, it's pushing it further down the chain. You know what I mean? Sit in the sun, that thing's got to be pushing that shit down the chain to like a CDN. I mean, Breeder Steve always talked about, as one of the ways he did his bud or pushed it down, leave it in the car for a little while, put it in a black bag out in the sun for a half hour. He had several suggestions on how to you make your weed more narcotic, more sedative, by pushing THC further down the chain with heat. You know,
Yeah, you're basically oxidizing it, right? Like,
you've never noticed that yourself? Fucking summertime, fucking lock your weed in the fucking in your vehicle and fucking, you know what I mean? Smoke that joint. Go, damn, that one. Something about that one hit me a little harder. You know what I mean? It's because been in that
yeah,
fucking hot ass car all day. You know what I mean?
I had a buddy that swore by his pickup truck here. Yeah, he always kept his shit in like the little medicine jars or whatever. And he fucking had one sitting that he found under his seat or whatever. And he's like, yeah, it had to be in there at least a couple weeks or whatnot. And it was in the summer, so it got hot and then, cooled down or whatever. But yeah, he said it had a ton of flavor and it really hit him well. So I don't know.
I don't know about a ton of flavor, but I know again, I don't either the joints I leave in the truck for whatever reasons, or the roaches I reclaim out of the truck because I tend to collect here or there. I mean, the smarter thing is to flip that roach out the fucking window if you're gonna smoke and drive because it's one of the most incriminating things.
Yeah, it's like having an open container. Like,
Yeah. Not to mention that's the older 90% of the time.
yeah.
So but I very much guilty of having an ashtray full. And when I reclaim those roaches, because we all know I'm that cheap, I will smoke them fuckers at least one time. Ah, they're fucking super like couch lock when I reclaim them bitches from the truck, man. I think the roach. I was thinking about this the other day. Since I was sore as fuck, wanted to go to bed. I was thinking, and then just like almost my whole life. Towards the end of the day, I like to take all those roaches that I smoked all day long, and that's my goodnight Uber. You know what I mean? And I think there's some to that roach joint that is very much, been worked down, a little more oily,
Come
more
on,
fucking
man. Turning
medicine-y.
my stomach. All right, come on.
Really? the last smiling? When was the last? When was the last time you smoked a roach joint?
Uh, I don't know. I couldn't even say when.
Probably not. Cause you
I can taste it now, though. Come on, man. Yeah.
don't clean them. Probably smoke them right down, and they're done.
Yeah, for the most part, we do. We could probably spend a lot of time trying to fuck with them. But we have, ever since we put the filter things in, burn
You know
your
what
rope.
I did refine the other day? Hold on, I'll be right back. In fact, I should be
I
smoking out
remember
of it right now.
I remember having the hemostats or whatever, them clippy do things were to hold the roaches so you could smoke it right down to the last little bit that was there. And hope to not inhale the cherry. Like somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Holy shit.
Remember this guy here? Remember these? I found a stash.
Oh yeah, I got that.
These things would still work fucking
Yeah.
good as fuck. No roaches with these things. You burn them right down to fucking nothing. Even a hand roll dubious. But again, it's kind of the fucking temperature of that smoke. I think, you know what I mean? It does play a difference and too. There's so many different things in cannabis. The way you use it. You know what I mean? It's all about intent, I think. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think the Dabber guys figured out all the temps and shit and the terps and like what temps you need to be at and what temps you shouldn't be at. It's kind of cool all that shit got figured out because hot dabs were what did me wrong on them. I don't even like doing that shit much. You know, while you're muted.
That run at the end of that run was like all day Saturday was like I had taken a hot bath all day. Every time I took a breath of that like cold air, oh my, it was bad. It was bad. It was like hot dabs. I mean, that cold air was like hot dabs. It was worse, I think.
Yeah, I believe it, dude. It's pretty harsh out, and yeah, I wouldn't want to run in cold ass weather at all.
But yeah, we didn't know no better about the hot dabs back in the day when that fucking shit first started. Oof. It was almost the hotter the better because we've been trained our whole lives about that cough.
I just remember all them guys doing like big globs and globs and globs and just sitting there with torches on them and shit. And just fucking
Yeah, oof. It just hurts my lungs thinking about them big globs. There's still people out there that do them. But I look at the fuckers that you have done them. Like, what was his name? Custom Goro 420. Remember him on Insta or on YouTube and shit? Good morning, YouTube. He'd do the fucking big old fucking dab and fucking drop in the bucket there. Kind of a big guy, long hair, sunglasses. Don't look that great these days. And I think it's got something to do with those fucking multi-gram super hot. He used to take super hot
yeah, 'cause that burns your whole like esophagus and shit.
dads. Yeah.
Just having heartburn burnt mine, dude. Like I was getting scar tissue and it's probably still am from.
I think the process in general. I mean, look what it leaves behind in the rigs, man. A joint, a bong, oil. It leaves behind oil or an oil tarry substance. You start dabbing that shit, it leaves a sheen of fucking hard rock candy behind. You know what I mean? That has to be, you have to take a volatile fucking alcohol. to fucking clean that shit off. You know what I mean? It's got to melt it off. I mean, alcohol in a pipe or a bong was nice, but you could get away with fucking next to nothing to clean a bong. Salt, ice and salt. Back in the day, you could clean your bong just fine with ice and salt. Ain't doing that to no dab rig.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I'm
It's been
glad.
a while since I've been on the joint whole thing for a while. I haven't done much with paraphernalia.
I couldn't believe. I was surprised to see the upswing in dabs.
What, like the whole glass thing? Or,
Oh, well, but to see your progression in dabs in the last 4 years. When I first met you, definitely a flower guy, smoker. I mean, even as we brought in the dab song and stuff like that, it was only a part-time thing for both of us. You know what I mean? And then in the last year or so, I've kind of seen you step it up a little bit into the dabs. And it's kind of surprised me. That to me, I'll put that progression right there along next to my dad that raised me for most of my life, telling me, God damn it, don't smoke. I'll never smoke. Smoke's bad for you. You know what he did when he was like 40, 45? He started smoking out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You did so good your whole life, and now you're fucking smoking a pack a day, dude. Uh, that's how surprised I was by both of those events. I'm like, really? He's dabbing now, huh? Oh shit.
yeah, no, I like the what do they call them, the dab straws or whatever.
Some little guy like that, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice.
there's a different name for it though. I thought
Nectar collector, right?
nectar,
Nectar
nectar
collector,
collector.
dab straw.
Nectar collector was what I was thinking. Those things are cool as fuck, and you can control better the temperature and size of the dab, and
Way
when you want and when you're done, you can just take as big a hit as you want. Basically, you don't have to fucking kill yourself. And so I
more
like that better.
with one of those than it does with a rig for sure.
Yeah, the first time I was introduced to hash, it was the dude heated up a glass rod,
Yep.
and we had it on top of a bowl and touched the glass rod to it in the
Not
bowl.
so much for me the hash. I've always remembered first experiences with hash has always been hash. Temple ball is press hash, is what I remember first on traditional hash, we'll call it. And then I would say 94, 95 was probably like the first time I seen oil. And then a little like earwax-ish type. And that's when I seen the rod that came into play with me was like earwax and oil smoking was when they heated up the glass rod. And to me, that would be more acceptable than the busting out. I mean, I don't know how you'd heat up that rod in public, but it sure would be more public friendly than pulling out a torch.
Yeah, yeah, that's not very public acceptable. Yeah, like pre rolls, you roll a few. I got the 10. You roll 4 or 5 of them. And off on your journey. It's easy. I had my days with the one hitter too for a while. I was smoking on the one hitter, but
One's just not enough for me. I don't know. It just knocks the edge off, I guess. But I guess sometimes that's all you need, right?
yeah, one or two. I was getting a good weed back then too. So
Oh, trying to conserve the fire, bud.
oh yeah, because it was expensive as fuck back then, dude. You were spending 100 on just a quarter.
Yeah, that's right around 95 there for me, went downhill. But
No, I got a really lucky fucking hookup too, and a lot of it. So I don't know, just through random connections had like, oh, you grow the fucking best weed around, huh? Like, okay, that's cool. Like, I like smoking the best weed around. We're friends, right? Like, so like, yeah, I always had access to like some of the people growing some of the killest shit around. Um, the pineapple train wreck was the one I remember when like medical kind of right before medical kind of kicked off was the one because then everybody got their license and they were trying to run that and it was like it ruined it. Up until then, it was the shit, dude. When you can't get it a lot, you know what I mean? When not everybody's got the same shit, like
that was again around 95 for me. Right there, the AK-47, a little bit of blueberry was fucking floating around, some OG Kush, a little bit. And the same guy that was growing that pot then was fucking going through medical school and growing fire ass bud to pay for his
yeah,
medical. You know what I mean? Fast forward, 10 years later, and medical cannabis is a thing. And I've lost track of him, through time, but I've always wanted to know, what he thought or how that all played out, or if he was currently a cannabis doctor, or you know what I mean,
yeah.
where that all ended up. But yeah,
Huh.
I thought that was a kind of a crazy coincidence that he sold cannabis to medical school, and then later cannabis became,
It'd be weirder if he was later like the police chief or some shit. A doctor or whatever, I don't know.
life takes us down some crazy paths, and we lose fucking track of people at some points and shit. But
Yeah,
that's one right there I'd like to cross paths with.
yeah, no doubt. What's good, brother? Nobody's jumping in, but I gotta head off to bed, do my work thing.
Yes, man, it's been getting a little bit slower and slower. I'm almost thinking about taking it back down to once a week. I don't know.
All right.
Well,
I was thinking that you were maybe gonna skip Monday with being doing two other interviews this week too. So
I should have skipped today by all rights, because if I let's switch over to camera B,
gotta show off
you
the new
can
digs.
very much see
Had to show off
lot
this
of my
shit.
tile tools and bathroom laying next to me. And if you look there into the hallway, you'll see parts of the bathroom hallway,
You
because
got
the
shit to
bathroom
do.
is tore down to just cement board on the walls right now. And I should actually be tiling my bathroom instead of fucking hanging out on TV
Yeah,
or on YouTube, whichever you want to call it.
I
Yeah.
hope to.
I came on, and I come on, hang on. I set time
That's
aside.
awesome, man. I appreciate it.
I
That's-
appreciate you, brother. I enjoy our chats.
yeah,
Sometimes I have always enjoyed the one-on-ones. And I think a lot of people do as well. Sometimes we get drowned out. I don't get that one-on-one time like we get sometimes. But yeah, I enjoy these times, so doesn't hurt my feelings.
yeah. It gets
Talk to
tough
an
to
old
manage
friend.
it. It gets tough to manage a conversation even when you got so many people in a room. And everybody kind of breaks off in their own little conversations, even to a certain size. You know what I mean?
Right now. Right on. Well, you have a good day at work tomorrow, and hopefully Leasty in chat for a couple minutes tomorrow. I know it gets that time, tomorrow it's this time when I come on. So I know you're probably headed off to bed when I'm getting rolling tomorrow, but hopefully you can pop on to say hello. Worst case, you can always either get a Bluetooth keyboard for that thing, or you can plug a keyboard into that and bypass that keyboard. If you can't get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Yeah, Jessica works at a IT place, so she's gonna ask one of the guys what's a good answer for it. Either see if they'll replace it on the unit and just get a new one for it, or or do something like that. Maybe a plug-in one. Just do it
Yeah.
through USB or something.
I'm just grateful to have you, chat or no chat. Again, maybe call it greedy, call it what you want, but
Yeah, it's been a problem though, because like trying to log into shit and like whatever. Like, yeah, I can't type, so I'm like, well, fuck, I can't log
number
into
for
that
you.
unless it
Try
has
number.
auto logs for me. Like, so, yeah. Anyway, hey, buddy, good to see you, man.
Hi, how have you been? Good.
Good, dude. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
jumping off though. Sorry, dude. I was
oh
just saying,
yeah,
that's
no.
what I wanted to say hi to you. But good to see you,
Cool.
man.
Cheers,
Yeah.
brother. Hi, buddy. How you been?
Good. Yeah, been good. Was just listening to you guys reminisce about all the different smoking methods. I agree with Smiley, like the nectar collector was I still have one. I don't well, the one I have is from the era where it had the titanium tip that I can buy a replacement that is quartz, but uh yeah, you could just dab as much as you want. I
That's what
like
I've
that
got
one.
is like well, I think probably the one you're referring to is like right here, like one of those like micro minis where
Yeah.
you
I had back like when I got those, I had two. I only have one left. It was when I had Boost at the High Times events in like 2012, 13, 14, when the thing at those events was to attract people to your booth, you gave away free dabs. And back then it was, well, first it was wax the first maybe year, but pretty quick we had slabs and they were on those silicon mats. And yeah, when you had like all day people lining up to take dabs, we found that the nectar collector was just the easiest thing. But there were people, because like we would just let there'd be like a slab, you'd heat the thing up and dive in. There were some people that, oh, you give them a chance to dive into a huge amount, they did, and would like, oh, I remember we had like a tissues and paper towels for people that lost their shit and snot coming out or worse. Yeah, because back then you'd heat the tip up to glowing red and then hand it to them to do. Like there was no cool, oh, let it cool a little bit. It would be a much better hit. When I first heard of that, I remember, I forget what year, and I did like what now, like standard low, like back then it was like, oh, low temp. And then when I first did, I said, because we had gone like years, it had been years of hot dabbing was like the fad or the trend. I remember thinking, God, why? How did it take us this long to figure this out? like, because like, oh, you could taste it. It was bearable. Like it was like 1,000% better. Even the BHO at the era, uh, than that super hot, as red hot as it could be, and drop it on there like that. Like, yeah, like I guess we were stupid for a little while. It took a while for that like to catch on. Because I remember even at the time there was the diehards that were like, "Oh no, hot dab's only way to go."
interviewed a few. Cheers, Kazoo. So yeah, how you boys doing?
What's
What?
up? I don't have much of a voice, but I thought I'd hop on and say hi and smoke one with you guys.
Appreciate all
Excellent.
fucking horse from screaming and supporting those lions.
Yes, sir. That was
Making
crazy.
history. They making history, brother.
Yep. Hope there's still a little more to make, but yeah, man, that was amazing.
Yeah. They got a good team this year. I think they will go all the way. I hope it. Michigan deserves something like
Yeah,
Well,
it definitely
I really,
helped the
I
winter blues
only
go.
start paying attention for the playoffs. I watched whole games this week. Yeah, they were good ones. I don't really have a dog in the fight, but fuck, the games were good. Like it wasn't like, oh, you can turn this off, it's over at halftime. No, they went down to the wire and they were good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I was nervous the whole time, man, until that last interception. Like there was no the tension in that crowd, man, was just it was palpable. It was crazy.
that. And your horse, you are a horse, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Buddy said he doesn't have a dog in this fight. Well, shit, buddy. We haven't had a team that was worth watching for 20 years.
Yeah, and because San Francisco holds a spot in my heart. I'm 49ers. I like them, I guess I'd say. But even in that, you can't say the 49ers are even from San Francisco because San Jose is not San Francisco. Okay.
Miss Blue Kiss rolling in as well.
SoCal, I heard on the local news we had record breaking. I mean, it was pretty gnarly, like 2.7 inches rain in the San Diego today. How'd you fare or your area?
Oh, are you not in town at the moment or what?
No, I'm here. I'm here in
Oh,
Fallbrook. Yeah, on a ranch that. Yeah, like it's been 3 days of keeping the horses in the stalls because the it's too mucky. Yeah, it's raining and erosion and all the things that go on. Yeah, it hasn't been.
so
Well, it's been fun, I guess. But yeah.
yeah, watch News 8 tonight at 11.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking bad. The Lemon Grove Sheriff Station had to be evacuated because the roof started collapsing. There's a bunch of houses in what the hell? They're like College Grove area, buddy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Well, I
about.
watched the 6:30. It was Mountain View had a flood. Of course, the Tijuana River and the fecal matter and shit coming from Mexico and
Fecal matter
there
and
was some
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's bad here, guys. It got fucking bad here. We have
that
neighborhoods
sucks.
in San Diego. This is San Diego, fucking California. We had neighborhoods that had swift water rescues happening in the middle of like a residential street. That
No
shit
way.
doesn't happen here. That
No.
doesn't happen. We had, buddy, you'll appreciate this. Point Loma, which is where it's basically, the San Diego International Airport, Lindbergh Field, 4.92 inches or some shit like that of rain between 7 a.m. and noon this morning.
Yeah, it's record breaking. Like
Yeah, that's what we get in a year.
now, I also watched the national news, which I thought the contrast was interesting because San Diego leading story, this weather, holy fuck, man, hell's breaking loose here. But then they cut to like the international shit with fire trucks doing 360s and black ice and big rigs
Yeah.
sliding off the road and people dying and it's beyond freezing. And I'm thinking, yeah, like San Diego, like compared to it's a big weather event here. A lot of it is, yeah, they don't build or prepare. They basically know that these events only happen periodically. So we don't have like a lot of the floods are created by them not cleaning the drainage area. A lot of it's homeless debris and nether shit that blocks the fucking thing, and next thing you know, a whole neighborhood is flooded.
Yeah, there was Blue Kiss. I was talking to Blue Kiss and a few others earlier on a different platform, just chatting, and I turned on the video so they could see the local news when all this shit was happening. And I'll tell you what, it was fucking gnarly. There was houses. There's one of the cameramen for the news, like our local San Diego news guy, was walking around this neighborhood, and some lady comes out of a house. So he walks up and starts trying to interview her. And she's got this look on her face like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened? What the fuck, all panicked. And the guy's like, well, what's going on? Do you have water in your house or this or that? And she's like, no, but my car's gone. Both my cars floated away. And he's like, well, wait, isn't that your little Honda CRV up against the fence there? And she goes, no. And they show like a wrought iron, like a 6 foot tall wrought iron fence, and a little Honda CRV kind of like hanging from the back bumper on this fence, right? And the lady's like, no, that guy lives like 7 or 8 houses up. That's his car.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
We have an area here. So if you come into San Diego and you're just going to kind of stay local, whatever, most of the majority of our hotels are all on one street, right? It's called Hotel Circle. And Hotel Circle sits right along the banks of the San Diego River, which normally doesn't really have much water in it. But when we do get rain, even 3/4 to an inch of rain, we'll put enough water in there that the Hotel Circle will flood. They're doing second and third floor rescues from boats out of the hotels. It's fucking gnarly.
Yeah, even up in North County, the Highway 5, which is the coastal freeway, and the 78, which is the main interchange. Yeah, it's all been shut down from College all the way because it flooded out.
All the way to Oceanside,
yeah, that's got to be a nightmare. That's like the main vein of people going to work or getting home and all that.
Yep. Yeah, the 15 where it merges to the 5 was closed. They're showing Caltrans. Caltrans is like our local, Department of Transportation guys. They're the fucking, ones that fix the roads and shit. They were showing these guys trying to unclog the drains on the side of the freeway, and the water was like chest deep on the fucking freeway.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that is, I don't know where all the money goes, but they don't spend it on that, like the maintenance of that. That's like even previous years with not record-breaking weather, the same places seem to have the same problems, but then nothing's done about it. Like whatever intersection has got people swimming out because they try to drive their car through it. And every storm, the same intersection, the same idiots trying to drive their Hondas through like 4 feet of water or some shit.
Yep. I swear to God, I think by tomorrow morning I'm going to be living on an island.
Well, it's supposed to be like pretty much blown through and shit. Hey, by Saturday and Sunday we're back into full sun and 70 degrees. So we'll forget.
But for now, it's not so fun.
Yeah, that's what happens if we have short memories. So like, once we get back to our normal, with pretty much normal, sunny and beautiful weather, we'll forget all about the problems of what happens
with floods.
2 inches. You guys live in air much more. 2.5 inches? That's not the end of the world, is it? Or is that a lot? Because for here, that was like too much.
If it doesn't absorb, it's the end of some people's world.
Yeah,
it just runs off.
We got an inch of rain an hour for almost 5.5 hours this morning, and we're not built for that.
Yeah,
we are not built for that. And what Buddy was saying earlier about the Tijuana River and all the fecal matter and shit.
That's
That's That's a massive problem down here that a lot of people don't realize. Basically the sewer treatment plants down in Tijuana just
broke 10 years ago and then never fixed it.
Yeah. So raw sewage just kind of flows into the Tijuana River and then, north to the beaches of San Diego.
Yeah. And so beaches from like basically OB down, there's a warning most of the year that the bacterial load in the water's too high, don't swim. But surfers don't give a fuck, right? A lot of reasons why people will surf down there is because, well, there's less surfers because like around here there's too many surfers, so you can't even catch a wave. But yeah, they're out there swimming in like
better to surf with the turds than other people.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And they sometimes catch just there's a certain bacteria you get. I forget the name of the illness, but
hepatitis.
It's
hepatitis. Yeah, that's one of them.
One of them.
Yeah, no, it's they say you'll get hepatitis, pink eye, cholera, all that shit from swimming in our, beautiful
pink eye makes sense.
Ocean. Yeah.
No.
Good times.
It's pretty sad when you're out in San Diego Bay and you see a brown trout go floating by.
I just figured you guys were sick of hearing us bitch about our snow and shit, so you said hold our joint and brought in the rain.
Yeah, but like it is like a thing where I mean, to us, it's a disaster. Well, I mean, our city's in the mayor declared disaster and all that, but yeah, like I was trying to explain the contrast when I look at a lot of other national places that are having weather events. Ours is very, very like most of it's created by our own lack of infrastructure for the most part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't make you feel any better when it's happening to you, though. That's for sure.
Well, one thing over the years, and also, Cal, to make more lanes on the freeway, they basically took away the emergency lanes or any lanes that used to be where you could pull off, fast lane or the other. So you're driving really right next to the retaining wall. And then when it rains, like, oh, for sure, stay the fuck out of the fast lane because there's these puddles from like they do not have
because you're gonna fast go out of control.
And yeah, you hit one of those puddles, even at 60, 50, it sucks you into the wall. Like that's like it's kind of I'm like, yeah, that's dangerous. But yeah, year after year they just get worse. They don't put the drainage that necessary. And so yeah, the water pools, it's all it takes is one little puddle. It's when you're cruising along and next thing you're
doing 50. You're doing 50 and you hit the right puddle, you're gonna veer one way or the other.
Hydroplaning is hydroplaning.
Yeah, it's not
puddles though. See, our freeways in San Diego are built like they all lean to the left a little bit. Like every one of them leans a little bit to the left, and then about 2 feet out of the lane on the left hand side, they built a fucking 5-foot wall. And he's got the edge of a fucking pool in the the fast lane and the one next to it. And you'll see some people hit these puddles so hard because, like, not only are they leaning to the left, but there's dips in our freeway all the way, right? So you'll hit one of these dips and not realize that you're going to hit the dip because it's full of fucking water. And you'll hit it so hard, so fast that people actually fucking hit the steering wheel and shit.
Right. Well, there's a stat that comes out from the Highway Patrol, like San Diego on a regular sunny day, or the total traffic accidents or incidents reported in the county. And then there's the stat for rain. And it's like not just double, it's like 20 times as high. It's like this ridiculous thing that happens. So there's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of it, people in this weather, you can pretty much push your tires way further than is safe. But then it rains and you're sliding off the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, when it doesn't rain that often, plus the oil buildup. And a lot of times our rains are pretty light. So the first hours of it, the freeways just become Yeah, a lot of
Yep.
these wrecks happen in the off ramps where you have to do the little circle round. Yeah, when they're oily, you just slide right off of them.
You ever run on a fucking go-kart track, like those slick tracks where they pour like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Crisco all over the fucking go-kart track?
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I can't say as I have, but that sounds like a good time.
I did.
Well, look, it's up in your neck of the woods. It'd be like riding a go-kart across the lake in like, mid-January,
Yeah, well, I raced
The
shifting
Michigan
karts
Drift.
at the top level, and they were 2-stroke back then. Now they're 4-stroke, but when I raced 2-stroke, so there was always this like sheen of oil in the on the line where everyone drove. You, yeah, it was just part of 2-stroke racing on asphalt, like because there's oil being burnt in the gas that ends up on the track.
Yeah, our fucking roads turn into like Mario Kart and shit out here when we get like
Yeah,
fucking drizzle.
Beyond the fact that most people have so little experience in the weather and the freeways aren't designed for it. Like that, you go to like East Coast or northern, like certain cities, and you realize, oh, their freeways might be whatever, but they're designed to be able to handle that much water. Where they skip that part of the design here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they done fucked up.
Well, it's like a gamble. Like ultimately, like even in my house, I had erosion issues and stuff, but it was only I remember when it happened and it would flood the foundation of my building. I knew what I needed to do. Like it was put in a French drain and all this, but and when it was happening, oh, as soon as it clears up, yep, that's my next project. But then you'd go into like great weather for 98% of the time, and you'd be like, not such a big deal until it rained like that again. You just never, if it rained like this 20-30% a year, like some places, oh, then we'd be different. But it really only rains like this, like once in the blue moon. Some years it doesn't rain
We
at
would
all.
get 9 inches of rain here. That would be like, I can't even imagine how much snow, that transfers. You know what I mean?
I think
Yeah.
it transfers to what, like an inch per foot?
Something like that.
An inch of rain equals a foot of snow or some shit.
Yeah, empty the tank before it pushes this way. That's all I was thinking.
Right?
That shit would be crazy.
Sorry to hear it, but please empty the tank before you get here.
Oh, hey, I'm fine. I live on top of a fucking mountain, so
Well,
worst case scenario here, everything runs off to the sides. I'll just wake up tomorrow and have to use a boat to go to the store, but no big deal. Be on
well,
a fucking island.
today, like it started super early when my boss on the horse ranch gets a call from the neighbor who isn't a horse ranch. It's more of like a custom home, right? And we're above them. Our like 18 acres is above him. There's a road, and then he's below. And from the pastures, there was like one spot of erosion, and then there was a puddle, but it was contained on the road. But he was worried it would flow over. And it was erosion or a puddle from the pastures. So like, it's horse shit water and cow manure water and like
Shit
we
and
had
manure water.
we had to get out there and address his
I love you, bud.
his concerns, which I understood. Yeah, but that's part of Carrie on the news, the weather person showed this part where she said, this is the wettest day in San Diego, hit top 5 history, and showed this graph. And then she's like, rewind that. And she made a video of the news story to send to the neighbor to prove, like, fuck. I mean, what do you want from me? It was the worst day ever. Some shit happened.
I
Right?
got the receipts, man.
And beyond the fact that keeping horses in, well, they have an outside part of their stalls, but they're used to being in a pasture all day, but they were just too sloppy. So yeah, you got horses that after 2-3 days of being yeah, they're a little built up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
what you
tomorrow's
trimming up
supposed to
there?
be clear.
Not to interrupt you, bud.
Some pure 23. It's a pure Michigan F2 times a volunteer plant that I had that was a real fast finisher for outdoor.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Does it seem to hang towards the pure Michigan?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
even better.
It was, yeah, it was a nice one.
Nice. Your own fast run.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the fast runners, given the way our last month was out here. I'm in
Yeah.
fact smoking. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say,
Go ahead.
what is that pure Michigan? What's the crosses on that?
Man, I don't even know right offhand. Pure Michigan. It's from Max Yields, Third Coast Genetics, I think. I think he's the same guy that did like Oreos, but the pure Michigan. Man, I don't even
Give
know.
a quick Google on it. See
Yeah.
what it says.
Chat, help me out.
What is it called? Pure Michigan Kush, right?
Pure Michigan strain.
Just says pure Michigan on the package.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was called Pure Michigan Kush, but maybe I'm wrong.
Pure Michigan is an indica dominant weed strain made from a genetic cross between Oreos and Mendo Breath.
Okay, yeah, I
Bred
just
by
saw
Thug Puck
it.
Genetics and Third Coast Genetics. Pure Michigan is 29% THC, making the strain an ideal choice for experienced cannabis consumers, which would be all of us all. Thank
Well, once
There
you
you
said
go.
you,
Mendo Breath,
Google.
That was even better than if I had remembered the actual strain.
Right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Mendo Breath.
No, you
No,
can't.
you cannot. No, the reason I asked was because I saw that. I look at weed maps all the time, just kind of, see what's out there, see what,
Yeah.
kind of, it's kind of my media for like, what's going on in the fucking
Yeah.
strain world. What do
Yep.
people want and what's there? What's the new shit? And I saw Pure Michigan at one of the places here, and I was like, well, maybe I'll try it, but I didn't want to try it without knowing what the fuck it is because they don't know here.
Well, if you're not a Michigan, Pure Michigan is our it's our tourism slogan, for lack of a better term, Pure Michigan. And it's in commercials and stuff, and they just did a play on that.
Well, even if there's stores that stock it here, there's people from Michigan that live around here that most likely is their target customer, meaning who would buy weed in California, Pure Michigan.
I just thought I'd throw it out there how they came up with the name of it, because they just stole it from our ad campaign.
Well,
my transplant would be like, we get some of that Pure Michigan. It reminds me of home,
There is a hype behind it.
Even if you weren't from Michigan, though, I feel like it sounds like it'd be like refreshing or like, at least piney or something,
Yes.
See, now what
caught my eye on your ass age.
Yeah.
What caught my eye when I saw saw it on their menu.
If they were that, it'd be like Flint or Detroit.
No, I'm starting to think that you guys have taken over California's reputation.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, I think so too, but I don't know how much of this is just pride and hubris on our part. But I feel that as well.
To be honest, I was even telling my friend that doesn't participate, today that, oh yeah, Michigan has like one of the best pot communities in the country. It, like everywhere has its pros and cons. Oh, Colorado, Cali, whatever states they are, they're all different phases too. But no, Michigan is definitely like, in my opinion, like, yeah, got a cool California. Yeah, we had our time. I don't even know what. Maybe a lot of it's too big. Like, first off, what are you talking about? Southern California? You talking about Central California? You're talking about Northern California? Because it's you can't.
Emerald Triangle, where are we talking? Where are we going?
Yeah,
Right.
you're talking about. It's so big. It's not where
Yes.
Michigan
I
still
think
seems to have.
the best of the California. I always think of the Northern Triangle for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You cannot grow Mendo trees like the Mendo boys do in San Diego.
No, not at all. And yeah, Mendo County, which still isn't Humboldt. Humboldt's another 6, 8 hours fucking higher than that. But from there on is really like what I would consider, as far as weed goes, Northern Cal. You know, you go south of Mendo, it's then more like the city, more, or like Marin or uh, Petaluma. No, it starts like Ukiah and up. It's like all the way to way up there in Humboldt, which, yeah, is a trek. Like Northern Cal, San Francisco's like the middle of the state, really. Like, sort of. Maybe not the middle, but like,
Be like north
I'm,
central. Yeah.
because from going to San Francisco to the top of Humboldt, oh, that's as, it takes longer than to get back to San Diego. I'll tell you that much. A lot of it's, the roads are windier and depends where you're going, but it's way up there.
Well, as we were speaking of dabs earlier, I am going to do a quick dab of, oh shoot, what did I put in here? Pancakes. So
Nice.
cheers to that. And then I'm gonna follow it up with a little bit of Big Mountain fudge cake in my bong.
I thought I seen you at a bong out there. I don't.
Yeah, I'm going full flavor today.
Nice. Good for you. Cheers.
It's gonna be good.
Go, Lucas.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Is it just me, or does other people out there find themselves listening to this driving along the road in their car?
It used to play through my head quite a bit randomly.
YouTube plays at my list quite a bit, and it's funny because that's what I listen to when I'm like driving around. I got the YouTube premium. That's my jukebox. That's pretty much everything. It's come up at quite a few likes, let me tell you. That's a summertime smile right there. Because I don't realize it's actually happening until probably the light's over. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there just
put a little smile on your face and you're bebopping.
Yeah, it's just every day.
Cheers. I get a lot of joy out of music, and this one's a really good selection.
Yeah, I got some pretty funny looks at intersections pulling up in the truck, just blaring.
Hey, there's worse things you could listen to for sure.
Cool little dog back there at Buddy's screen. It looked like a couple little bears prowling around behind you earlier there. Big old chow cows.
Yeah. They hear me talk. Well, I talk to them. They're my family, so they get talked to, and they hear me talk to you guys, and they're like, "Hey, are you talking to us?" No, not this time.
I talk to my dogs quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
They like interaction as well.
I think they understand way more than we give them credit. Way
Oh,
more.
For
absolutely.
sure. I agree 100% there.
Relax. As I'm over here telling my dog to sit down and relax.
And it's looking at you like, nah, on my time.
No, I don't want. I don't want to sit down. I want to play at the tennis ball.
Well, that is more fun.
I was going to get him one of those like automatic tennis ball launchers, but I think he'd run himself to death.
You know, that's a real thing in some dogs. They'll keep going until they just drop, get winded, and can never get wind again.
No, he did that when he was a puppy. Like he was playing and playing and playing and playing, and then just like all of a sudden fell over like he just drank a freaking bottle of Jack Daniels, and he ain't been right ever since.
He got winded. Yep, he pushed himself too far. It's crazy.
Pretty sure his brain went without oxygen.
The things
for about
people
6
think
minutes.
are made up is crazy, and the things that are real is even crazier.
Well, yeah, that's in horse racing. That's a thing. Like if you push a horse too much, yeah, and they give them drugs for their lungs don't bleed to try to save them. But yeah, they can like get winded, and yeah, they don't. That's it. They're
done.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Getting almost like a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of it is
instant COPD,
somehow,
whatever you want to call it, where they can't get their breath again.
Yeah.
You're bringing out brutal honesty here, guys. You're bringing out.
We went dark. We went dark out of that Gab song.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's talk about the, bad things happening to our pets. No, hey, that was a great dab, though.
I was all dancing, and how do we get to dead horses? What the hell?
Well, I hope everybody's having a great Monday and continues to have one.
Remember, bet on the horse that you see with the oxygen mask before the race.
Oh, well, it's been lovely. I'm trying to say that with a straight face. It was bad.
Tell you what, guys.
But tell me it went dark. It was real great.
Being winded ain't no joke. That shit.
No, it is not.
I took my first knee ever in my life. 52 fucking years. Many miles of training. Multi-sessions in the gym. As I crossed that finish line this weekend, I took a knee and fucking literally could not fucking breathe. Yeah. Not 3 miles of sucking in that cold air all day long after that. I could hardly.
It is not good for
breathe.
you.
On top of that, I had wondered how much damage I did to myself. I couldn't even, Angel said my voice wasn't even the same all day long from huffing that shit. And I honestly, I questioned everything as I went over that finish line. I am not gonna lie to you. I questioned fucking everything as I had to fucking kneel down and fucking just.
If you can't get air, you feel like you're dying. Let's face it.
I couldn't breathe. The fucking one of the runners that passed me. When we took off, it was me and who ended up being first place.
Yes, Marshall, exactly.
Foot for foot. And then as we progressed into that first mile, I slowed up a little bit. And as fucking second place passed me, I literally looked over at him and was like, I can't fucking breathe. My lungs won't open up. And then I fucking just continued to fucking just run without no breath for the rest of the race. And but it was Yeah, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath that
Yeah,
first.
you did get a medal, right? You got a medal out of it anyway. You
Yeah, I
placed or
finished
did
fourth
something.
place. Fourth
Yeah, because I
place out of
saw the
everything.
message on
27
IG was
minutes,
really
27 and a
weird.
half minutes.
It's not my, it wasn't my
Congrats.
best day or something.
Congrats.
It was like it really sucked, but I got a medal. And this is like,
Yeah.
well, that was weird.
T-shirt. Eh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
a
it's
dead
like,
dead
wasn't
long.
there a point where you were like, oh, you had to fight giving up? Like you went
yes.
past that, right?
Yes, that
That's
first mile, it was brutal. I had to literally, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. Anybody that runs in that, I got, has ever done that thinking about this. I'm still new to this. And I said this in the beginning when I was talking to Smiley. I tend to run into a lot of shit, very cocky. And that's what I've said all over these all these years, and the competitive side, man, I'm there to win. And
Hey, I remember
you
you
know,
talking about it before you looked up the stats about winning.
yeah. I'm totally cocky about that shit. And like this weekend was no different, man. I learned some valuable fucking
well,
lessons,
like okay,
painful lessons, man.
it's
Arm running,
it's
and because I ain't gonna fucking lie. There was a few
well,
weeks prior to the race where I was like, yeah, I gotta get out there and run. I went out there and ran a couple, fucking 20, 25-degree days, felt like 19, fucking maybe 3, 4 of them. And the rest of my time back into the gym, running on the treadmill, running my normal
Where
5
it's
or
warm.
6. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I got that. And then I
Oh,
watched temperatures all through the week fucking get colder and colder. And I woke up that morning at -4. And I was
oh,
what? Yeah. You're thinking, oh yeah, this ain't nothing but
You
a
think
couple
you
more
know, but you
pairs of
don't.
long johns and shit. Yeah, no, no,
ouch.
Oh,
no.
I'm so sorry.
But again, I learned some lessons. You know what I mean? And like
We
I
were
told
sitting here
Smiley,
joking
some of
about
my
it.
best
Yeah,
Yeah,
lessons.
lost
but
this win.
here's the thing. Like, okay, could you, let's say -4, just -1, go out and train the next? I forget race. There's a day that it's that cold. You're gonna get out there and do this because that's what it would take to, like, most likely you were beat by guys that have ran in this before, right?
So, oh yeah. There was more.
That practice day is the day you second guess going in the fucking race to begin with.
Oh man, warmer breath, covering my, it wasn't even too big. It was bad on my face, but warming my breath a little bit would have been essential. Again, a little bit. You
How
know
was
what?
your core?
I
Was your core temperature okay though? Probably from running,
I
it was
think so. I
maintained.
was having, yeah. I don't think my thumbs,
It's
my
just
hands
the lungs you
got a little
froze.
cold, but for the most part, I was all right. It was just the cold breaths, and I was again, talking to
The
Angel.
heart working a
You
little
know what
harder
I
because it was
learned,
right
what I
next to
took
that
away from
central.
this.
Oh
I'm
man.
always, kicking myself every race so far that I didn't do like a quick mile before to kind of just warm up. That mile for me is everything. That's, so everything after that second gear, it's all good after that mile, but not doing that. But I think going into the next one, I think I'm going to incorporate heavy or deep breathing exercises. Maybe even, anything.
Research it a little, maybe see what your best strategy would be to build up against the cold like that.
Just open up my lungs prior anyway. You know what I mean? Pre-run, cold
Yeah.
run.
Well, you know why people die of heart attacks? The older people go outside shoveling, die of heart attacks is because they're exerting in that fucking cold weather. It's not just because they're exerting, it's that cold has a factor too. So yeah, I'd look
You
up,
just
see
gotta
what kind
go.
of
You just gotta
conditioning you gotta
go.
do.
You just gotta go sledding and then sprint back up the hill. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You're probably not wrong.
That's how I lost a lot of weight doing that.
That's a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, the up the hill part would be killer, but the downhill would be good.
Right. But then, if you're just doing it for fun, but as a workout too, and then, I was pulling my daughter in a sled back up. She was learning how to snowboard. So then I started like hiking her back up and just trucking her up. And,
Oh, that's
it
cool
really
as
is.
hell.
One awesome bad right there.
It was a good workout too,
How
and
much do you
fun,
think you dropped doing that? You did look pretty slim. You've been looking pretty slim last few times I've seen you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, altogether, like throughout COVID and all that, I ended up dropping like 70, 75 pounds
Yeah.
total.
You're looking really good, by the way. I did want to. You always look good though,
Thank
because you
you.
dress to
Thank
the
you.
nines every time I see you. Every
Hey,
time.
you look pretty good yourself there, Lucas.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, you do. You always dress so impeccably. I enjoy running into you because I'm always assured of looking at somebody who's looking dapper.
Well, I appreciate that. Ever since I watched Zoolander and I realized male modeling wasn't anything to be ashamed about,
It's
ever since
not.
then, it's changed my perspective on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Embrace your style, man. That's what I
Exactly.
say.
Blue steel.
On that note, that's a much higher, happier note than where we were. I will say good night.
Sounds good. Good seeing ya.
Thank you for popping in, Lucas.
We'll see everybody next time.
All right. Hopefully.
Yeah, it was fun chatting with everyone, especially hearing the stories about your accomplishment, Eagle. That's pretty gnarly. -4. Holy shit.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Later, bud. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad I did it. This has all been a fun journey for me. I never seen shit like this coming. But.
Yeah, dude. I love any sort of like vision quest, like push yourself type shit, man. Like you should always be trying to, prove something to yourself and it's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I couldn't do it. I'm not a runner, man. I find no joy in that whatsoever.
Oh man, that's you same thing, man. You how many people have you inspired? I'm sure throughout your journey, that 75 pounds, man. You've been looking great, man. I remember the workout videos and all that, man. All
Yeah,
right,
it was fun.
you still look good, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man. Well, I'm gonna hop out, give this voice a rest. But it was good seeing you guys. See you next time.
All right, take care, brother.
You too.
Mr. SoCal, you still there? Hello, check. Check one, check two. This is too easy of an out, SoCal. Cheers, bears growing it, even though I'm writing it in the chat. With that being said, this is probably a good time to wrap this episode up. We are, I guess, in overtime. Should we roll with the shout outs? I think we're gonna roll with the shout outs. Yeah, Chad Westport, read my mind. Let's rock with it. SoCal, I don't know if you're hanging out, whatever. Appreciate you, brother. Let's find some music, get a drink. Think I can do it 20 minutes? Who says 20 minutes? 20 minutes. That's what I said. Let's find some music. Here we go. I'll just run over here to the show songs and go ahead and hit this old shuffle. Shuffle mode is on. And we'll just take whatever comes. Clutch, electric, worry. Skip. Yes, this one seems appropriate. It is 11:11. Good catch. Very good catch. Turn this mic up a little bit. Spread around. Context, I hope I can read this good. We're gonna be all old man tonight. What's that one? Midnight. 9 minutes. 20. All right, here we go. Right there. Starting that clock. 9, 11, 12. Primal Punch 2. Fuck yeah. Won't be disappointed there, time. What's up, cool D's House of 8 Mile Lost 10 Scarecrow 420 Christina MG89 Unplugged 705 Medical McCullough Cuddy Richie the Rebel the 92207 Fabian Selena Dave's not here. Yes, he is. He's in chat. Tom Spook Great Walker Mendo Dope G Dog Dung Beetle Red Eye Jedi Gross Mother Nature Justin Good Justin Conway. Wow. Duckweed Runboy 7426 Justin Gooders Sing Man Oki Grower 75 Core Trouble Michael Wallace Full Vision 420 Who's Get Daddy Taco Ricky S in the Bushes 827 James Siemens Brian World's Last Hope, Pat's Fan 425, Winter, Dirt Road Dude, Canna Sheba, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Goblin, Dr. Buzz, Lightyear, Acetone, Ken Queen, Genetics, Stabby, Tanaze, Fumador, Dirt Ran, Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Mr. Wolf Silas, Sin Radio Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff, Soiled Roots, Small Tubes, almost forgot to. Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Giant Growth, JC Modern Genetics, SoCal, in hanging out in the background. I don't know if he's sleeping or what. John Lacey, GPBG, 15 Green County Goer, CJ Apple, perfectly perfected. Dollar Tree Goer, T1 Productions, Tank Grower, DOA Grow Meds, Miss Nudie Grows. I grew some Johnny came to see Nutrient Shootouts, Snotty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation, Blue Flow, 420, High Spy, Aldridge, 25, Mismatch, G2, Moomo, Grower, The Candy Crate, Loki Grows, Sussex, Guy Burton, 79, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Kelly Grown, Wolverine Grown, Jimmy One for Life, Way Back Farmer, MMP, Nations Creations, Amerlana, Psychedelic, Warlock, Sir Sicky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brett Window, G3, The Green Flag, JK, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkly, Brittany and Tyler Deasley, Hope Barnes, Lisa G, John, Beach, You Crazy for You, BG, WG420, Dr. Boswell, Purple Anthro Sense Media, Anthro, Just Space 420, Beach Coast Grower, Sir Hal, Trade Alone, Keep It Real, Hanging to the 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT, WD, Girls, Vegas, Green Puppet Man, Alex Boy, Chef Like, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, 80 Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Meow Flyer, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Silver Winds, Kingdom Agroponics, Dreamer 77, Double D, Bad Buddy Nutrients, Mr. Green Pops, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard Cougar, Jones and the Girl, Pop G Grows, Raz, Amy Cass, Girl from Your Heart Podcast, Lily Luna, Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. Noah, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Soul, Jason Ice, OP Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy makes stronger than the forest. Got Scrolls, Kaylee Burrows, Chad Pratt, Family Farms, Polly B, Bjork, Kevin Joe, Dream Lane, Concho, Jay Huggins, UTA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland, Organic Home Buds, Warren Milson, Cam Wood, Maine, Miss, Show Love Always, Kelly, Stone, Texas OG, Sarge, Fred Kelly, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen, Hey, G for M Tree, MMJ, Save Ball, Dragonfly, B, Justice Bed, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan for Blessed Cold Seeds, Shango Gas, Wabasco for Life, John Smith, Time Choco, Smoke King, Raz, Pop Little, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silver, Endo 1170 B, Shark Pulley 989, Von Braun, Sovereign Goner, Von Braun, Stoner, Gardens, Sonar Nation 420, Joe By Bugs 1313, Grower Painting Lady, Frank Boot, Matt S, Soul Roll, Spiky Pile, Jay Myers, to mid, the chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag C, Dr. DGC, Jeff, I need to get your package out. Dr. DGC, Jeff, still. Shredder 911, Dutch Grows 420, Skillboat 1, Med Grower, 1 Empire, Breeding Go for Goalie, Lost Leaf, Liam Leaf, Lost Leaf, Leo Mass, Danny Dinkle, B Bear 7, LA Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Juster, Smoking Whisk, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Grafter Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom. Hopefully you're doing well, brother. Suffered heart attack last few days. Prayers to him. Very awesome guy right there. Robert Hazen, Door Michigan Core, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808 Rooting Prospects, Ken Bus Driver, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Bro, T Ben, TM 42069, Brood Nuts Hat, Dr. Scrambled, 3B Room Box, GHF Double J, Bio Green, Self Grower, Hanky Stinky, 420 OGKP, Ganja Nanya, Yo Mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, Big Roy, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer Bee Rose. Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Jack to Soda for Life, Nut Tree 420, or the Jeffro 42069, Beavis 698, Dr. Franklin Booty. Goddamn, I made Ted's Test. Griffin, bad boy. Jack Green Soft, you've been missed, my friend. 420, 420. Booms Fire, Shout Fire, 420. Aldridge, 25. Mr. Smiley's Garden, JT Smithy's Non Smoking Girl Frazier, Joe Koski, Twisted Roots, Fading Fire, 420. Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Bombs. The Ball, 420. Cameron, Mr. Backseat, Jill Carter, Mr. Clark, Mystic Grower, Jimmy Stamp, DTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper, 420. Kid, People Fly Cat, 420. Leg Up Against Tim. The Unsum Dance, fucking hot as fuck. We're talking about that. 2K is I. F420, Blue Boy, Devon Shipwreck, Medical, MJ, Bugsville, USA, Resurrection, Tropic, Sis Martinez, Sarah Wilson, Date Man, Date Man, 420, Greg Sutter, School like Joan Bell, Chief Speed, Motivated Grower, the Major General, 420, the American one, W Digger 714, Draft 8, Kinos, and I Mountain Skies, Freddie hit the hot five, Chris Mertz, Ian, St. Robbie, Sergeant Live, Fake Game, Bridge Pass, Nose Room, and Southern BT Grower, Tuesday Medical, Jared Bear, plus one, Secret City. My little 10, 24, 2 Spacewalker, Christian, 3 months, 2 Barrington, Hunter, Homegrown, Mike E, Peter Wayne, East Coast Will, Hype Day, Galactic Art, John Smith, the Liptis, Financial Farm, Pacific Northwest, Top Time, Paul, Lemon Hoko, Trench, Rita's People, like 420 Grand, Manuel, Maribel, Semi Sizzle, 9 inches, Olas, Chris Move, DK Trades, Fishing Creators, DK, The Kind Brew, Heather, Cannon Nation, J.J. Wire, Timothy McClincino, Justin Beans, Scotty Dave, Fat Miller, Real Jonathan Steel, Kindness 03, Turp Bomber, Shannon, Steven, Carlitos, Latino, Skater Country, Mr. Speed, Will Speed, Flyer Saw, Wally Wonky, Dallas Grows, Rasta Bob, White Feather Grows, Furnace Room, Tone Grows, Dave, K-Man Grows, BX Gun 81, Smith, Dude, New Grow, John McDad, J Monks, thanks, gentlemen. Wow, I can't grow. Fall dog, cure on cast cow. So listen, Fish Rock fam, Justice Make 420 band, fresh grow, thriving herbs, high boy. Your man grows. We be growing Australian gold. Love for the plant. Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen, Caveman, Hawaii's highest surf craft, Micro Gold, Jeff Lowfells, Mobius Grows, St. Brownie, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Hotel, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Mila Johnson, Austin, Dr. MJ, Coca, Brandon Ross, Matthew Gates, Steve Mag, Jerome Sire, Shotgun Willie, Dave Yoda, Dave Simmons, Trevor Bro, it's like him, it's Oot, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, like 1978, Michigan Grown Bugs, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jake McDaniels, Black Miss 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan Steinford, PFC Farms, Husky Gardens, Sun Grown, 707, J Pro, J420, Cascade Grow, TV Nose, Brigade, 4 Plants, Killer, Weed, Captain Weed Works, Captain Scroggs, Funky Buns, David Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Alive, McGaffrey, Chappie, Ann Dirge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11 in the house. The Bendu Buds, Michael Roth, Planet, 11 Smiles, 11, Dan, the Indoor Man, Gromish, Homies, Houston, Grown, Flip Smoke, Keystone, Cam, Flag, EA, Big High, 710, Eugene, Greenlit, Ace, Through Hustle, Fred, Dark Gallows. What did I do? Wow. Hit a button and rewound that shit. Totally broke momentum. What the fuck? Yes. You enjoy the Billy Strings, but what the fuck? Really?
Yeah, y'all check it out.
Clip Smoke, Keystone, Cat, Flag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene, Green, Basement Hustle, Fred Dark, Doc Carlos, Snow Beer, Dilly's, Arizona Beer, Grow 420, No Solid, Justin White, Cat, Yeti. Mr. Killer 8, Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from Nortel, Pharmacy Seed Network, Deadhead, Smoky 616, True Swinghead, Matt Meyer, and Morte, Rick came in, Stephanie Dorian, Tennessee, Ben Gary, Kate Mike Rubel, so do it. 42751, Lawrence, got soul, get up to new Pop Girl 719, make a shake, baby, old smoke, PWC, Grown Bus, Floral Wasp, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School, Grower, Chad Westport, Outro Grown, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Evan, Sound Sleeves, Glasgow, Rich T. Crispy Wannabe, Miss Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 years into this, Mr. E. Conley, Tim Jan, Big Bodie Face, Show Me Satisfied, Fuck Google you I'm going well, Canadian Restore, Porn, No Farm, Carl, Wright, Zepner, Humble Farm, Temporary Farm, Seldom Seen, No Park, Cartel, 972, Stunts Back, Martial Artist, 2012, Microplace, National Daniel McDiz, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Green, Figures, Motherfucking Talent, Francis Coach, Munchie, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Lynn, Mean Strength, Digger Max, Mr. Mac, that is, Tony Light, Bologna, Bill, that's Sweet Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Root, Cheer on Fire tonight, Bill, Earth Reaper, Big Ray 420, T-New 101, Bugs and Has, Mr. Club 4T, Big Grand Fire 616, North Back Scroom and Ruby, Mike C, 562, Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost, Zenzola, B. Benson, Asher, Charlie, the deepest front board, GTCA, Bush Doctor, Dirty Hope Garden, TK, Bud, James G. Weaver, Grow Owns, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herb, Tasty Worm Turd, Spunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Boss Farm, Spartan OG, it's a Spartan Drone, Spartan OG, when'd that happen? I don't know, Spartan Drone, Johnny Green, 710, Michigan Wildfire, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Title Counter, so DP 710, Kangaroo TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Premium, Equilibrium Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crop, Stupid Trucker, eBay Bud, Tender to the Glass Grow 420, Ted Nugs, Matt Javine, Grade 77, Ted Nugs, Skunk 8, Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike, Atomic Skier, JMA 182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Dan, Sony, Baby Fat, J, Kuda Biff 1000, Dan, Sony, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad, Star, Mountain, Larry, Scotty Nowhere, Justice Smith, Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dogs, Seeds, Butt Plug, Bungaloo, Wob Wobby, Sean Beds, Rescue, Ready, Roadside, LLC, Notorious Nugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son Trimming Tutorial, Subsea Tank, Jose Ramirez, Jose Martin Perez, that is, Doggle Hut, 420, Buck, Chico Man, GR 420, Community Videos, Detroit River Rat, Louis Garcia, Michael B, AJ Everyday, Captain Bob, Captain Audit, Cheddar Bob 13, Maine, 420, Med Brewer, Cookies Coop, Jake Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Man, Sal, Jay Simpson, Nell Simpson, One Smoke Away, there we go, Conjure Roads, Kazoo, Bernard Rome, Stone Goes Dank, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Goes 10, Paul, the John Fleming, Jankovic, Fibrofly, Polly P, Sullivan Team, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chivo City, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, fuck all that be, the Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4468, Jason Grayson, Stoner Baker, MD, Sony Creek, Russ Sonic, French Villa, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Riverhead, Springer, Boat Grower, Madigar, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim's Blake, founder, Emerald Cup will be here tomorrow. Very much looking forward to that conversation. Gulf Coast Chronic, Pack. What about Bob? Harley Grower, Jen God, Jason Line 512, Steve Collins, Todd Kendrick, Poppy Maintenance, Sharpie, Dylan Hayes, Steve Speech, Randy Cage, Steve Collins again, TCDR, Clark Killer, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Fifth 1000, Ace Boom, 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom B, Puffer Smile, 50 Digit, Michigan Gospel, Chaz, Fred T, Super Bob, Richard Forbes, David Convention, B4 People, Nicky T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffer Man, He's Dudley, John James Chung, holy shit. Sarge Groves 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Girl Near, Dana L, Dane Carino, Dave K, and F Farms, K and F Gardens. There we go. Blank 1030. Choose One Only Feed, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Glow, Top Lord tonight, Small Vision 420, K2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy Gear, Medicopy, Daniel Gross, Photos, Mitten Grown, Med, Sunrise Grows, of course, Lexi, Brittany, Koo, Hello, man, Chase. I love you guys so much. No Limit 916. No Limit 916. Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, Cannabis, Soulborn Addiction, Roscoe, Alex D, Dirty Orc, Cafe, High Power, Thunder Dam, Propagation Station, John McDaniel, Swiss Murray, Sarge Goes 818, Blaze, Daily Fry, Perpetual, Eagle Proud, Warriors, Sales Smiles for you, Frank, Dink Dustin, Kino Kelly, Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Casada, Stink Bat, What About Bob, Ill Justers, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, John Doe, Dungeon Gate, THC for PTSD, T. Barrington, Hampton, Grown, Wildcat, Valero, Cannabinka, Vesta, Vika, Sendo, Mr. Man D. Ken Ferrari, 420 AV, Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bare Feet, Jake, Brent, 74, CK, Brown Guy, 420, Packager, 420, Burning Tree, 98, Grace, Sun Grown, 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with GG, Jamie Ream, Supreme Drake, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman, Cannabis, Who Should It Say, Hawaii, Midnight Roots, Cynic, Knuckles, Mike B, Ball B, Quick B, Nibble Buddy, Kilowatts, and tonight, Michael D489, Dispense Brothers, myself, Man Joseph, Grace Benson, our executive chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American, Canvas 411, Freedom of Speech, Stack of Joints, Words, these streets, Conscious, Duco, 710 is upside down, Jesse Stevenson, Baturi, Baduch, What About Bob, Sacred Girls, Gus Groves, Slick Rick A, Dog Pounds, David St. Louis, I Move Watch, Costain Yeti, MN Grown, Uncle Hummer, Off Grid Turf, Christopher, Big Force 54, Live Predator, Matthew, SoCal, Sue, Illinois, Vanberg, Jake Pro. Hopefully you're well, brother. Dark Horse Genetics, Owner Dude, Joel and Jen from North Star Genetics, Caroline, Mr. Uncry, PTA, B13, Liam Brood Beyond Production, XX Elite GP, XX Uncle Soners, Crispy Tree Kitchen, Growers Paradise, LAD Grown, Iceni, Decoy Bacon, Mrs. Cato, Fresh Break, 1JL, and Big Bob Grows. Jolly Can of Australian Gold, Jack 420 Garden, Daniel Phillips, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally, Silly Seashells, Luck E, Claudie Goslin, Mount World, Green Gorilla, CT Gardens, Benny Ben, Up and Able, Mr. Mardu, Custer 5, Sentimental, Green Goddess, Alberta, but Canada Scroll, Earth Creeper, Don Hazelhurt, Matt Ness, John Gold, Coonward, Robert, Rittenhouse, Pedro, and Dizzy, Joey Berger, Mr. DeVille, Mikey from Maui Go, Maui Gold Genetics, sorry, Mikey. Missy Dakin, Dragonfly, Earth Medicine, Thunder Dan again, what St. Louis Sungrown, Super Bob, Dutch Gross 420, Tough Impact, Mr. Tree, Green Gypsy, Wandas 247, Dirty Rotten, So Steady Games, Steady Bug, Cybernate, Pocket Smartphone, Beat Ridley, Battle F, Tough Impact, Crazy People Doing Stuff, Weight Pie, Multiple Condition, Patio, Bears Growing it, Heart, Home Raiders Get No Fucking Heavy, Blue Kiss, Gardens, Crack Baby, Shorty for Life, Token Parker, Super, Brittany Nicole, Sacred Gardens, Raspa, Mr. No One, No BS, Penny Pepper Ruggers, Frank, Roddy 420, the Chef J. Reese, Dog Days Gardens, Corrine, Big Force 54, 420, Green Goddess, Lucille, Pearly Baker, Christ, Tycho, Jungle, Diggity Dink, Alan Beasley, Lord Camp, Slumber 22, The Grow Boss, Jim Plummer, NB Closet Grower, Blinded by the Light, Weed Fairy, and a Grow No Miss Fish, Doc Callis, Mr. Toad, Uncle Rook, Mr. 1212, Cassie Pipe Phrase, Mr. Light, Mark Leafly Hill, Handicap, PK, Urban Remo, Red Dragon Brothers, Journey Over Grower, Dab Hunter, JG, GML, Leafly Wiggly, Cam, Candyman, Iron Tights, 2420, PG, The Humble Local 2.0, Nicotine, K Good Farm, Zachary G. Sayer will be you. Eddie Alvarez, Surf Wizard, Paisley Acres, S.103, True Zilla, MK Ultra, Chilbert, UK, Brandon Harris, 710 Counter, Sarafino Fisherman, Hemp Night, Cottonmouth, Row, Icy Cold, Shirley Moss, DK Driving This Hazy, Herb, Contest, Woody J, Roy Dugan, Marijuana King, Ganja Wizard, Oh, what you got, Justin, you sorry, Dustin. Big Laser 80, Wine, Kokoski, Hardcore these days. Marcus Greenstone, 420 Ben A Nova, Mr. Wheat Monster Grow, the Quiet One, who we growing, dude. The Fire Department 420 Colts Martin, Colts Mountain, that is. Banana Farmer, Danny Smooth, Grant Bang, The Coffee Pot, Seymour Cuts, Bio Synthetic, Cousin Nikolai, Doc Vapor, Alex 622, Texas Weed Hopper, Hank Herb, Jacobus Kind, Joe Pietri, Space Coach 82, Pac-Man, Biggie Long Time, South Bay Genetics, Bushmaster, Let's Be Bug, Futs Are Funny, Noah 420, Dabber, Mr. McCool, Jack Beanstalk, Detroit Good, Angel Sativa, Christoph Bulldog, Pro Tech Michigan, ZX6, Ultimate Acres, Claude, Rim Purple, J5020, Dr. Green Gas, Candyman, Turk Whistler, Pony Boy, Uncle Mike, Mean Gene, Hope Farms, High Italian, Judge Trains, Fly, High Flyer, UK, somehow I think that's fucking Fryer, Firefly? Firefly. UK, sorry, Firefly, UK. I can't even read my own fucking writing tonight. Joseph Anthony, THC Garage, Claude, Replacement, Obscured Oddities, Tats, True Trev, DLP2372, Necrosis, Time, Psychosis, Ted's Test, Small Bean, or Steel Beams, not Small Beans. I'm sorry, Steel Beams. Butchering the list tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is Justin Spence, the silent one, Leafly Wiggly. Ghetto Hippie, Chuck and Pollen, Mind Toker, She Grows Dank, Jay Patrick, Humans on Earth, Angus, Becca, Smoke Sense, Celestial Phenomenon, Lori Ann Hancock, Dudley Dawson, Bo W, Zorro PB, Ty Sticks. Who else we got? Dutch. Dutch Blooms. Last but not least, Regis 207. Cheers, Delta 9, old school, Weed Nerd, right there. Cheers. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this Weed Nerd episode 831.2 tomorrow. Tim Blake, founder, Emerald Cup, amongst a lot of other great things. Looking forward to that, man. Hopefully comes with another personal invite to this year's cup because I want to fucking go. I want to run a little bit in the hills. It's gonna happen. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow night. 10 o'clock. Don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random Acts Kindness. Do say